Hey everyone, Andres from AA Sports back with more international football content. This is a bit of a late reaction video. As you guys have heard, I was in Mexico visiting family, and I was getting settled back in here in the United States, and am also working on my grade videos for every team in the Euro and Copa America this summer. So of course, a lot of work that I've been putting in for this channel, and it'll take a while. Be patient, that video will come. But while the Copa America was in its knockout phase and the Mexican men's team was unfortunately eliminated early, damn it, the Mexico women's team, the women's national team, on the other hand, had a friendly match versus the US women's team on July 13th. This was more of a preparation game for the women's national team, who was going to be competing in this year's Olympics. Well, for the Mexico women's national team, this was a test to see if they could pull off a second win versus the United States women's national team. And I did want to give my take and reactions to that game. Unfortunately, they also, the women's national team also did not find success in this one-game friendly versus the U.S., as they did unfortunately lose 1-0. It was a game where, once again, the defense for Mexico played well, and there really weren't many red flags in that aspect. Offensively, Mexico had a few chances, but again, they just simply could not finish, and they would lose possession near or in the box. And they only had 3 shots in this game, with just 1 shot on target. And when you play against an elite team like the US women's team, and you fail to finish or produce any chances offensively to score a goal, the other team will punish you for that. And no matter how well the defense plays, it will only be a matter of time before the opposing team gets a goal. And that was basically what happened in this game. Now, there is an argument that, some would say the team shouldn't beat themselves up on this one, and the fans shouldn't criticize too much, because it's nearly impossible to win back-to-back games versus the US women's national team. And that is actually a fair argument. I think only one team has ever successfully won back-to-back games versus the US, and it has never happened since then. So Mexico definitely had their backs against the wall in this game, but with how well the defense played, winning 71% of tackles, it was just like the 2 games versus Canada, where with a better offense, it felt like a game they would have, could have, and should have won. Unfortunately, a lack of offensive creativity on the field resulted in a punishing final score, and the US won 1-0 thanks to a goal by Sophia Smith in the 64th minute. With that, here are Mexico's grades for this performance. Goalkeeper, A. Estefany Barreras had 5 saves in this game, and if it wasn't for those saves, it could have been a 2 or 3-0 loss. She is in very good form and is without a doubt the starter for this cycle, and if she maintains this form, maybe even the next cycle. Defense, A. Defensively, Mexico won 71% of tackles, with 10 tackles won in this game. And in addition to Barrera's 5 saves, they had 17 clearances, 2 shots blocked, and 12 interceptions. The defensive backline's good performance was a big reason the US struggled to score in this game and kept the 90 minutes relatively close and competitive. Midfielders, B-. They played more conservatively and were set up to help the defense. That was very, very clear, with Rebecca Bernal, who normally is a center back, playing as a defensive midfielder. And with that, they didn't really contribute as much offensively, and they were decently helping the defense. They, to describe it best, they didn't play like absolutely god-awful football, but they also didn't play elite. However, nevertheless, they still did good enough to, I guess, somewhat get the job done in terms of what their goal was, which was to help the defense, and there weren't any major blunders. So B minus for the midfield, I think, is a fair grade here. Offensive front, D. Lisbeth Ovalle, the attacking midfielder who can also play as a winger, was the only one who was able to produce something offensively in this game, with the other two shots for Mexico in this game. But nevertheless, again, they fell short with very little help. Lisbeth Ovalle is the heart and soul of the Mexican offense and maybe even the entire team right now. But the offensive players and striker need to improve and step up with her. This game showed that the offensive front is becoming a concerning problem for the Mexico women's national team. Scarlett Camberos had one of only 3 shots for Mexico in this game, and Kiana Palacios was non-existent for 70 minutes. The substitutes that came in, including Mayra Pelayo, also didn't have great performances up front during their time in the game. This is nothing positive for Mexico, who look to improve their offense as they try to take their skill level to the next step. While head coach Pedro Lopez has been clear and vocal on his idea of getting new players and trying something new for the national team, I think it should only go to a certain extent. Again, having new players and experimenting, especially with younger players, is in general a good idea, and I'm not 100% knocking it down. I think it is a good idea, and in friendlies they should absolutely do that. But, and I would also say again, even competitive games, but again, you should only do that. You should only implement that idea and strategy when it is clear that the new player is clearly better than the past player they have replaced. And right now, with the exception of obviously Lisbeth Ovalle, and to a small extent Mayra Pelayo, who hasn't gotten many opportunities as a starter, really none of the offensive players have proven they are better and more competitive at the national team level. With how underwhelming the strikers have been, not calling up Katie Martinez and Licha Cervantes is starting to look like a mistake. Maybe old guard veterans with experience are what is needed for Mexico up front. That decision lies in the hands of head coach Pedro Lopez and what he will do to get the offense to produce positive results going forward. Overall, though, this was a C grade, a combined C grade performance for the team. C grade as an overall team. The defense plays great. They do play very, very good and are very, very competitive. They can keep a game close so that if they are able to capitalize, they can capitalize on a scoring opportunity. But scoring is what is the problem right now. And kind of like Chile's men's national team, they lack a strong, while they have a good defense, they lack a strong offense that can score. This Mexican side has definitely improved compared to years past, where they would have easily lost this game 4 or 5-2-0. But with a strong defense and an informed goalkeeper, this team has become much more competitive and are looking to take their skill to the next level and hopefully qualify for Brazil in 2027, where they can be a competitive team and maybe pull off a big upset like they did in the Women's Gold Cup. But in order to be competitive and reach that goal again, and it cannot be emphasized more, they need to make their offense just as good as their defenses. They need to start scoring goals. And, well, hopefully in the future, in these next international games that we will see from them, they are able to do that and they show improvement on the offensive side. Well, with that, that is all for me in this video. Leave a like and subscribe to help grow this passion project. And of course, leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.